And you know what that means. It's time for the Kent Quiz with Liz on BBC Radio Kent. Each and every week, here at this time on a Friday, we invite Liz to ask some questions of the County of Kent. Although, actually, I said answer there. Do you know what, Liz? At some point, we're going to get to turn the tables on you. Maybe we'll do that at Christmas or something.
No, that's terrifying. No.
You like asking the questions. Liz from Alcombe near Maidstone with her Daughters Makes Kent quiz-themed games. Good morning to you, Liz. Have you had a good week?
Good morning. I've had a lovely week. I met a friend on Sunday who said, you'll probably pick up my cold, and I did. So there we are.
Oh, no.
Not too bad.
Well, at least he gave you something.
Yes. The gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, the gift that keeps on giving, quite right. Now, look, last week we had Mark Stay in Herne Bay, the sci-fi writer and fiction writer, and 2 out of 5 did our Mark get. He won't want me reminding people of that. The previous week it was Andy Dryden from the Port of Dover with 3 out of 5. Bruce Hornton in Sheppey, 3 out of 5 as well. The last time we had a 5 out of 5 was Rebecca in Ramsgate. So it's all to play for today, for today's contestant. Now, it is Record Store Day tomorrow. John Ashby runs Gatefield Sounds in Whitstable. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Thank you for inviting me on.
You're so welcome. Your store sounds busy already. Have you got lots planned for the day tomorrow?
It's going to be a full-on day. We will be down here at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning to sort of greet all the people that have been queuing. And, we go from there. It'll be crazy. But we've got lots of stock. We've got so many of the titles. We must have over 400 plus of the 500 titles that are being released tomorrow from everybody from Olivia Dean, Ray, Madonna, Pink Floyd, Bruce Springsteen, John Lennon.
Oh, it sounds amazing. And you know what? I was hearing a little earlier on today in one of our other BBC programmes that they were talking about vinyl and the fact that so many youngsters are really grabbing hold of it at the moment and enjoying it again. And that basically I heard a sentence that I thought John, you, me and Liz would love, which is analogue is cool again.
It definitely is cool again. And vinyl's always been cool.
Yeah.
It's always been a great thing.
Liz, do you remember the first song you ever got or the first record you ever enjoyed?
My first album was Tubeway Army by Tubeway Army, so that's showing my age, and I love it.
That's a good one.
That's a great choice, yeah. What about you, John? What was your first record?
I know my first 7-inch single was Shakin' Stevens, This Old House.
This Old House. Mine was John Osborne. No, I wasn't say John. Osborne. I've forgotten his first name. On the Wings of Love. Jeffrey Osborne. On the Wings of Love.
Oh, that's a nice tune.
On the Wings of Love, only the two of us.
Right, we'll cancel the quiz. You can sing the song for us.
Oh, thanks very much, Liz. That's not what people normally say when I sing. Thank you. Right, let's play the game. So this is how it works, John. You get 5 questions from Liz.
Yeah.
One of those questions will be specifically about Whitstable. So that's when everyone in Whitstable will be sitting there, bated breath, and they will rib you about it for the rest of your life.
Oh.
But there are 4 questions about general Kent. Are you ready to play the Kent quiz?
I'm ready. I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Let's do it. The Kent quiz with Liz. Question 1.
Winston Churchill famously lived at Chartwell, which is at Westerham in Kent. A regular visitor to his house and also to Port Lympne was a clown of the silent movies. Who was he?
Oh, that's a good one.
Clown of the silent movies. Charlie Chaplin.
That's correct.
That's amazing. I didn't know that. That's a fantastic answer and question.
Yes,
well done.
Thank you.
Yes, good
Okay.
friends.
Question 2.
Where in Kent are you if you've got Sunny Sands, the Lees and the Grand Hotel all in walking distance?
Folkestone.
Correct.
Doing very well. So you are currently level with Mark Stay in Herne Bay. You got 2 out of 5 last week. If you get a 3rd point, you will be with Andy and Bruce and John and Steve. Good luck to you. Let's see if you can get the 3rd question from Liz and the quiz.
Which Kent town has the only coat of arms in the world to feature a dinosaur?
A dinosaur.
I've got it. I'm doing well this week. I've got it. Go on. Question. Go for it, John. Need an answer?
I'm going to go with Hastings.
No, that's not in Kent.
Rochester.
Don't let me laugh.
You said it was silly.
We have to accept your first answer. It's not
We're going
Hastings.
with Maidstone.
Maidstone, yes, I've got 3 out of 5.
yes.
Lovely. Okay, you still are level with Mark Stane Herne Bay. You've got to get this next question to
Right.
get 3 out of 5. Here we go.
On this day, 17th of April 1964, the British pop group The Rolling Stones released their first vinyl album called
Whoa.
The Rolling Stones.
Got to get this.
Whereabouts in Kent were Mick Jagger and Keith Richards
Oh, you've got to get
born
this.
in 1943. Correct.
Absolutely right. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Oh, we need to get that one right.
Oh, can you imagine? I thought it was going to be the last question you'd have, that you could get ripped by. If you hadn't have got that right, oh my goodness.
I know.
John, you currently have 3 out of 5 on the Kent quiz with Liz here on BBC Radio Kent. That's really, really exciting. Now, I just want to ask you before we give the final question, what does Record Day mean to you and the rest of the independent traders? You've been running that place for a long time now, over 30 years, or is it?
Well, I took over from my uncle who set the business up in 1972 when he retired 10 years ago. But I've been working here since I started working here in 1989. So Record Store Day became a thing in the early noughties, and it's just got bigger and bigger every year. And I mean, it's crucial for the independent sector in the record industry.
So So what does it do on the day itself? Apart from record sales, does it give awareness of where you are and who you are?
It certainly does, and it brings in lots of people that may not necessarily buy records in the high street, that might buy them online or stream their records or stream their music, or they buy it from elsewhere, but they have to come to an independent store to buy this product tomorrow.
Amazing,
and,
right?
It's great.
Well, look, find out more about Record Store Day at recordstoreday.co.uk, where you can also find an interactive map. It tells you where your local record store taking part in Kent is. More details are on the way as well about Stephen Brown's special programme, 10 o'clock on Saturday here at BBC Radio Kent, which will be focused on all of the record stores in Kent who are part of it this year. Right, the fifth and final question. It's coming next.
Upload. Get yourself on the BBC.
On Thursdays and Saturdays, it's time for a spoken word journey into the imagination.
You're not going to tell me what to do anymore.
There will be consequences.
BBC Upload, a treasure trove of creative audio made by you, and it's your front door to the BBC. Drama.
What have you been up to, Bill?
Poetry.
No one in the 2 front rows. Why not? Who knows?
Comedy.
You should definitely wear a mask to keep my identity a secret. Yeah, but mainly because you're ugly.
Everything is welcome and sent to us via bbc.co.uk/upload, and you can be the star of the show.
Upload with Leo Ulf,
The Incredible Hulk or Mr. Bump.
Thursday and Saturday evenings from 6 on BBC Radio Kent.
John Ashby from Gatefield Sounds, a record store in Whitstable, is playing the Kent quiz with our quiz master mistress of all, Liz, with the quiz here on BBC Radio Kent. So 3 out of 5 you've got so far, with great answers, including Charlie Chaplin, Folkestone and Dartford. We won't mention Hastings
mention
again.
the last one.
No, we won't mention Hastings. It's fine. You need a passport to get over to Sussex. I'm just saying. Right, listen, here we go. Good luck to you. We've got the final question, and if you get this right, you will go with John in Minster, Paula in Lenham, and Sharon in Rochester with 4 out of 5. You're currently with Andy at the Port of Dover. Bruce, our legendary town crier in the Isle of Sheppey, and John, who's a wrestler in Maidstone. Oh, I tell you what, you're all in good company, aren't you?
All in good company there.
Yeah. And comedy writer and performer Sharon from Rochester too. Right, here we go. Good luck to you. Here is the final question on the Kent quiz for this week. Liz.
Which famous Whitstable resident enjoyed painting as a hobby and created 2 beautiful artworks in watercolour of Whitstable Harbour?
It must be my old customer, Peter Cushing.
It was.
Whoa! Now that's amazing. Tell me more about your old customer, Peter Cushing.
Yeah, Peter used to come and get all his Disney videos when Disney released all their VHS back in the early 90s. He used to come in and buy all his videos from us. He was a lovely man, absolute gentleman. Came in a couple of times with Christopher Lee, who was always pleased that we used to look after him so well.
Yeah.
Absolute Lovely man. Yeah, lovely man.
He was so fantastic. And am I right that he wore white gloves whenever he went into the local cafe because he was a smoker and he didn't want to get nicotine on his fingers?
I believe that is correct, yes.
Amazing. What a wonderful story. And Liz, look, 4 out of 5.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Liz.
Brilliant.
To you both, thank you so much, and we appreciate it. Look, good luck with Record Store Day tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
4 out of
great
5.
weekend.
Yeah, you too. All the best. Bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye-bye.
Liz and John there. 4 out of 5 then for John today. John Ashby runs Gatefield Studios in Whitstable. That's a cracking result, isn't it, at the end of today's competition. As we travel around the county, if you'd like to take part in the Kent Quiz, you can drop me an email to dominic.king@bbc.co.uk. Stephen Brown will be here